Hey Steve, this is Katie. So I got your question about tests, and I'm going to a demo course of mine. I'm going into course tools, test surveys, and pools. And I got a bunch of tests in here, I think. Yeah. Um, so it sounds like, okay, I'm condensing 8 tests into 6 and was wondering if there was a way to import certain questions from one test to another. Yes. So let me just build a test and I'll show you. So here's Katie sample test. When you are adding questions to a test, so this could be a test that was already created for you. If that was the case and you weren't creating a new one like I just did, then you'd go into the one and you'd say edit, right? But I just created my sample Katie. And where did it go? Now, of course, it's gone. Show all. And Katie sample test. So I'm going into this one. I'm going to say edit. And I'm going to say reuse question, find questions. And here's the trick. So I can find questions from pools. You've got all these filters over here on the left. I can find questions that are in other tests, which it sounds like you'd be doing, by question types, categories, topics, blah, blah, blah. So probably what you want to do is do all pools. So you're looking across all pools in the course. And you are going to pull up, let me close that, tests. So you're going to say, okay, so I want to look at questions that are in, no, wait a second. We don't want pools. Let's keep that undone, unchecked. Close pools. In your case, it sounds like you want to choose questions that are in another test. So then I would select, let's say I wanted to use the questions that are in my 1.1 quiz. So it tells me, okay, I've got 9 questions in my 1.1 quiz. And here they are, and I could reuse one of these in this sample Katie quiz that I'm building right now. Let me do that again. I'm in Katie sample test. I want to add questions to Katie sample test. So I say reuse questions, find questions. Now it's going to ask me where I'm looking to find the questions because I've got tons of questions in this course. So I don't want to use pools. I want to use tests, and I'm going to look at a specific test that already has questions in it. In this case, there are 11 questions, and here are the 11 questions in that test that I could be linking to. So I could just be pointing to these questions that are in another test, or I could be making copies. So I could say, okay, I want these 2 questions to be in my new test, and I want to copy selected questions. So that would duplicate these questions, and I'd have 2 copies of the questions, which is something to keep in mind if you're going to be changing them. You'd only be changing the 1 copy and you'd be creating duplicates. So I always recommend sticking with linking to original questions because then you only have 1 copy of every question. It's a little bit easier to keep track of. Then you just hit your submit button at the bottom, and you can see that those 2 questions got added to my Katie sample test. So that's a quick overview of how you could, I'm not sure if that's exactly how your questions are organized, but yes, you definitely can condense 8 tests into 6. What you're most likely going to be doing is removing them from one test, which you would do by going in here and saying remove. And then you'd be adding them to the other test, and you would say reuse find in the other one. You might find that your questions are organized into pools already for you, in which case you'd be selecting from pools and not from these tests. So hopefully that helps. Certainly I can look more closely at your particular course. If you send me your CRN, I can do that. My warning is that if you have tests, if you have questions in tests that only live in tests, so they're not also in pools, be careful with deleting a question from a test, because any question that's, so for example, I'll go into a test, I'll go into this one and say edit, and all of these questions actually live in this test. There's no link icon. If there was a link icon, that would mean that it's pointing to another location. It's linked to from another location. These questions actually live in this test. So if I were to go in here and say delete, then this actually deletes it from the test. It deletes this question completely, and it no longer will live in my class at all. Whereas if the option says remove, like it does here, when I go into a test, my Katie sample, where am I? Remember that one we were looking at before? When I edit here, and here's my little link icon, and when I go in here it says remove. That means I'm just removing this question from the test. I'm not deleting it entirely. So this is safer. You're linking and just removing. If you intend to just remove the question and you see delete here, then you are going to be doing more than just removing it. You're going to be deleting it entirely from your course. So that's my warning there. All right, that was a lot of information. Hopefully some of it helped, and I will email me back if you need more on this. Thanks.